So glad you're with me on Quantum Financial Show, where it's about you, empowerment, about knowledge. I'm not here just to entertain, but to educate and to teach. Learning about the stock markets, business news, and how to save more and live longer without breaking the bank. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Coming up, my portfolio. What is a 403b? Retirement. Is it right for you? Opening a Roth IRA for your teenager. Is it possible? Compounding can make you wealthy in the stock market. Is it true? Next up will be Volkswagen and self-driving with startup Aurora, Ford Motor Company Research Center in Tel Aviv, and finally, you must hear this: Dominion Energy wins an Atlantic Coast pipeline. Hi guys, welcome back. Glad you could make it back to enjoy a friendly family gathering of sharing and caring. Before I begin, I want to do a shout out for a Snapshot member whose screen name is GHOOM456. Thank you very much for joining the community. I do appreciate it. And I also, before we begin, I want to share a few more comments. And for the community this week, from Wendy Kadranowitz. She writes in short and sweet and to the point. Like it and can't wait for the next one. That was on my my Saturday video, which I'm going to be doing more of, probably. And I hope it was like 5 or 10 minutes, and I hope that it will find you interested and meaning as well. And I'm thinking of doing that Saturday video, and then Wednesday will be my normal video, which is pretty extensively long. So thank you very much, Wendy, for the comments, and come back and start watching more videos. I love you guys. Keep up the comments coming in. Please, if you have time, subscribe to my show. What the show is about, and you are supporting of the show and want to grow a great community down the road. Let's begin the portfolio. I will, from this point on, include all of my assets holdings, and I will have a total of everything. I have a brokerage individual account, a Roth IRA, a Roth 401k from work, and recently signed up for Acorn account. I'm still unsure what I might do with the account. Maybe keep growing and collecting dividends and have it for a backup account down the road for when I retire. This could be the first account I use for dividends as my income. I have a total of 58 stocks, and I added some new positions in this week. I added in Royal Dutch Shell and Luckin Coffee, the Chinese coffee, who I see great revenue from them. What are your thoughts? Leave comments and subscribe if you haven't already. The portfolio here are the dividends I have received so far, which I will point out here. Sorry about this. The dividend here of $1.97 was from the holdings in my M1 Finance account, and there are other from my old friend Charles Schwab, which I will show right here, which I logged in a few days ago from Westpac banking, $24.12, and they took out 19 cents for a management fee. That was in my individual account. It's always wise when changing brokers to never close accounts until all dividends are accounted for. The dividend payout was a stock I sold. Reason being, I had massive margin loans of $4,800 and wanted to take care of it. So I sold my stock. I felt I didn't want that kind of responsibility on my shoulder, but still getting dividends from stocks I sold in June. This company, Westpac, is from Australia and pays a great dividend, a great solid company, a regional bank. Someday I might get back into this company. For the week of July 8th to July 12th, I was up 0.47% with a gain of $6.78. Not too bad, and hey, at least I'm not in the negative. A win-win, I call it. Now let's focus on my M1 Finance account, the individual account. Which is right here. You can always drop it down the zero right here. Slide in here. From top winners for the week. As soon as my computer and internet want to cooperate. Sometimes it doesn't work great. There we go. Top winners and losers. Anytime you want to stop playing. I think it's M1's area here. I think we just log out and log back in. See what's going on here. Apparently I have to log all the way back out and log all the way back in. Because M1 is having a little technical difficulties at this moment. Anyways, like I was saying, the individual account. Here's the top winners and losers. Materials killed it this week. With a return of 5.07%. Followed by technology with return for the week of 1.97%. Next up is a bump up with energy with return of 0.80%. And to finish in the green was industries down here at 0.03%. Now in the red, worst for the week was telecom communications, down 2.90%. And finally, utilities with down in the red at 1.22% down for the week. Individual brought in a return of 0.82% with a dollar gain of $54.84. For the trades I made this week for July 8th, I'll show you that right here. So there is always transparency here. To July 12th, which July 12th was a Friday. I always normally make my trades on Friday and pay period. It works better that way. With a deposit of $162.60 on Friday, July 12th. Here are the buys I made. Here are my buys. I manually put them in instead of M1 Finance doing them for me. If you like to learn how I manually added the orders in, leave comments below and I'll make a video about it Saturday if I get enough feedback. So I bought in with China Telecom Communications, I bought 0.56611 shares at $47.87. Next up was Kaiser Aluminum Corporation. I bought I bought 0.28925 shares at $93.69 a share. Nokia bought 5.32416 shares at $5.09. I have a essential holding in that company. Well, Nokia for a while, since last year in the spring, I bought that amount of shares and that price, and my average price for Nokia is $5.71, which I did good. Followed by Orange is another telecom giant in France. They are just like Verizon. I also wanted to get into Orange since I was a teenager. Now that I have with being with M1 Finance, and it makes it possible. I couldn't when I was with Charles Schwab because I had to buy a full share. And I bought 1.80066 shares at a share price of $15.05. My average share price is $15.55. Next is SK Telecom. They are a wireless carrier in South Korea. They are one of the largest telecom providers in the country. It leads the market with 50.5% of the share of wireless people who are on their networks. They pay a dividend of 0.87% per share. Their payout ratio is very low at 30%, which a dividend yield is 3.58%. They pay semi-annually. Next up is Vail. I bought 1.94823 shares of a share price of $13.91. My average share price is $13.86. Vail is a multinational corporation. They mine minerals and is one of the largest corporations in Brazil. They are one of the largest producers of iron ore and nickel in the world. Next up is my Roth IRA. Let's get to that right here. The winners for the week are as follows. Consumer discretion right here with a 1.46%, and leading out the pack is the Middle East and Vietnam with 1.11%. Now the losers. Top dog is healthcare with a minus return of 1.73%. Consumer staples right here with a minus of 0.76%. Utilities with a minus return of minus 0.65%. Next is financials with a negative return of 0.62%. Bonds minus 0.33%. And reaching out the losing pack is real estate at minus 0.09%. This week, Roth IRA had a minus 0.35% return with a minus of $46.06. Money capitalized return. Can't have winners every week. Let's take a look at the buys I made this week in the Roth. I did the same as I did my individual. I deposited $95.50. Here are my buys. Domino's Pizza with a buy of 0.06824 shares and the share price of $279.89. My average share price is $282.59. So we did well on this trade. I did do manual trades on this one as well. Next up is a company called Luckin Coffee right here. Bought 0.955 shares, almost a full share. And I got in at a price of $20. This is one of my new positions. If I have waited until around 1371, with it being in a 52-week low, I would have got in a good price. But when you first start out, it's very hard to get in a good price off the bat. But over time, it will change to a better offer. Luckin Coffee is a competitor of Starbucks in China. They are massive building stores at record paces of 15 hours per hour per opening a store. At this pace, they have more than Starbucks. JM Smuckers, known as Smuckers and Smucker, an American manufacturer of fruit spread, ice cream, toppings, beverages, shortening, peanut, and oil. They are located in Aurora, Ohio, and was founded in 1897. I bought 0.1604 shares with a buy share price of $114.34. My average share price on this company is $118.40. Up next is Simon Property Group is a real estate. Bought 0.1175 shares at a share price of $162.54. My average share price is $165.55. I did well on this buy. Finally, last up is Texas Roadhouse. Who doesn't like to have a nice steak or a good food on a Friday night? Bought 0.35741 shares with a share price of $53.48. My average share price is $53.30. I got below my average cost per share, which is good. The lower you get it, the lower the dividend yield you will get. I don't go too much in detail with Acorn accounts just yet, as it's pretty new. So now let's take a look, sneak peek of my equity stats and the breakdown of all the assets I hold, which is right here. As you can see the breakdown more in detail, you can see I have a portfolio that closed out on Friday with a gain of minus $15.58. Return of, right down here, 0.05% for Friday. I can live with that. Might as well call it a little mosquito bite. As you can see, I have several stocks. They're all in alphabetical order and very adequate, and I do all the manual input. And these stocks over time will set me up for life. I'll scroll down slowly so you can see them, and let's head on over to the tools then and analyze tools right here. It says analyze portfolio. I ended the week with a grand total portfolio of $24,634. I have an analyzed return of 15.27% and a year-to-date return of 15.54%. Pretty good. Next, we are going to look at the top 5 holdings in allocated percentages. Number 1 is Vanguard Midcap Index Fund at 19.8%. This is in my 401k Roth from work. I will stop adding new money into this. We'll deploy it around $62 to $65 that goes into my Roth 401k from work, and split it up into my individual and my Roth IRA until the Vanguard Midcap is around 5 to 5.3%. Number 2 is McDonald's at 7.8%. Number 3, AstraZeneca at 7.2%. Number 4, Southern Company at 6.9%, and finish out the top 5 is Starbucks at 6.6%. I'm not totally surprised of these companies. Very happy how this portfolio has done over the years and continue to become better. My top return is no surprise, Starbucks, with a return of 69.17%. Next is Southern Company with a return of 32.76%, followed by McDonald's with a return of 32.34%, Sunco with a return of 30.89%, and last but not least, Southwest Gas Holdings with a return of 25.93%. Next, let's go down to the portfolio analytics. Yes, there's a lot of stocks. Portfolio analytics right here. Best investment this week was Caterpillar with a return of 3.28%. Best investment year to date is Starbucks with a return of 41.41%. Next, everyone's been waiting for the dividend years to date. Here we go. For 2019, right now, we are at $317.41. Compared to 2018, had a total of $359.89. I see the old leader going down in a very near term. I'm only $42.48 away. Let's keep the dividends alive. Let's head on over to my spreadsheet and check that out now. Individual account in my M1, I contributed $163.07, and I have a dividend so far of $23.93, which that Charles Schwab account will move over into that one as well. Now you can see I have a graph. It has decreased a little bit from last month, from $681.28 to $163.07, but it's still early yet. Next is my Roth IRA. Contributed so far this year of $95.78, and with dividends of $1.97. Here are these dividends now from M1 Finance. I think I showed you that already though, but let's go over it again for my Roth dividends. And these are the ones that I bought from M1 with the account. It's kind of rock. Hope to correct it someday. These are the stocks I bought for $1.97. And even though it says you can't buy anything for $10, I manually put it in, and it just took whatever I could throw at it, and it bought them anyways for $1.97, which is kind of clever. Next up, my spreadsheet, I'm going to go over my Roth 401k. Contributed $122.45, no dividends, only each quarter. As from the graph, not much to see just yet. It's pretty new. These are dividends. So next up is my 401k employer match. My employer contributed $61.22. No dividends. It only pays out quarterly. As you can see from the graph, see a lot of progress. Next looks like Acorn, which I've opened on June of 2019. I contributed $30.08, only $25.80 away from $55.88 from last month's contribution. I have 20 cents of dividends. As you can see in the graph, it's progressively going nicely here. If you want to sign up for Acorn, I have a link in the description below, and once you sign up, you get $5, I get $5 for a referral. So we both win. I have contributed all of the accounts. Let's look at all the accounts now. $467.60. These are all total combined, all together, all the accounts. And a total dividends for July so far is $26.05. As you can see, both graphs is going up nicely here. This is the quarterly dividend right here. And this is the monthly. I hope you enjoyed this portfolio. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below and click on the bell and turn on the notification if you like to see more portfolio weekly updates. I think it's important to check these accounts at least several times a week. But I say don't ever do it. Let's begin some stories I thought were interesting this week. Opening a Roth IRA for your teenager. Takes, for an example, $500 from their savings and match it with $500. This is a great idea for a mommy-daddy match. Your teenager must have earned income in order to contribute to the Roth IRA. Each year, match your teenager's Roth, like an employer from work would do. They match you. For every dollar your teenager would save, match them with $1. It works great because you teach the concept of gratification. You can put nearly what the teenager would put in, little quirks of the tax code, and that starts to build at $1,000. A good starter Roth IRA for a teenager is a Vanguard Star Fund. Go to Vanguard.com. Your teen is a minor. You have to have parents' permission. A must. Open up the account the old-fashioned way, paper form. Fill out the form, print it out. Mail it in. Establish a Roth with $1,000. I love the idea. If you want me to teach you more about this, Want to share more about this experience? If you want to make more content about this, make sure you comment below. And hey, don't forget to subscribe. Compounding can make you rich. What do you think? It's very hard to become rich if you were not born that way. I'm here to tell you that the stock market is the best way to become wealthy over time. Planning your financial strategies for a lifetime is key. We all weren't born with a silver spoon. The key is to save a substantial amount. Invest in wisely year over year. Time is on your side, and you never have to worry or wonder where your next paycheck will come from. You can easily retire and not have to rely on Social Security. In order to get true wealth of financial independence, I'm talking about investing. It's very different from your 20s to your late 50s of investing. You will never have a better opportunity than to have your money work for you in the stock market. In a long-term view, if you see a lot of wealth creation, in the long view, stocks tend to go up higher. Historic figures do not lie. Since our first exchange in 1817, when we had a bear market for several months or years, the market also was corrected itself and doubled. However, it has tripled since the existence of the stock market exchange in 202 years. In 2007, 2009, the housing financial crisis recession, the Dow Jones was at the bottom at 6,489 points on March 6, 2009. We had an incredible bull run, high expansion in my lifetime. The Dow Jones, which I captured on Friday, was 26,922, but then it changed. I think it was at around 27,000. First time ever. It is just unbelievably crazy. And it's like a difference of over 20,400 plus points and a percentage of return of around 400% in 10 years' time. That's one hell of a bull run, don't you? No matter how old you are, you should invest in the stock market. Some people think it's rigged, unreliable. Here's a little historical fact. Let's go back to 1929, before the stock market crash market to 2019, a return of about 10%. Show me a better asset. Loads on better returns. You can't do it. The stock market is the only game in town to build financial wealth, and the best game in town. And the best return is 10% on average. Say you have $10,000 in the next 40 years in the S&P 500 fund or ETF. Your $10,000 investment would turn out to be $450,000 in 40 years. That would pay for a nice, richy, fancy retirement. This doesn't require any stock picking. You didn't trade or time the market. This is the easiest way of a small investment of passive income when you are young and time is on your side. This massive amount has set yourself up for life. The stock market is one of the best ways to have your money work for you. If you start when you're young, the more appreciated you will have. This applies to 40s, 50s, or even 60-year-olds. Best time is now. Get going and show me you can do this. Here's something interesting that you want to be interested in seeing next. Volkswagen and self-driving with startup Aurora. Volkswagen has ended its relationship with Aurora Inventions Incorporated, the Silicon Valley self-driving startup backed by Amazon, paving the way for the world's largest car maker to partner with Ford Motor Company, adds self-driving unit Aurora AI, which I'll show you right here. Ford's AI, intelligent AI. The relationship with Aurora was ended, but a new partnership began. A spokesman quoted that talks with Ford are progressing very well. Aurora was founded less than 3 years ago by Chris Urmason, who was previously the technician leader of Waymo, the self-driving car venture that used to be part of Google. When Aurora and Volkswagen entered a partnership in early 2018, Urmason said deep collaboration would bring self-driving vehicles to market scale. That never happened. What are your thoughts on this? Aurora got ahead of themselves by predicting what might happen. Nothing is set in stone. Results and numbers don't lie. I'm always numbers guy. However, June 11th, Aurora announced a partnership with Fiat Chrysler to integrate its driving software into automatic vehicles. Aurora said its driver had been integrated into 6 vehicles, including sedans, sport utilities, vehicles, a commercial vehicle, and a truck. Aurora partnership with Fiat is eyeing a deal to combine its automotive efforts. A deal might be reached this summer. Aurora's first came onto the scene, its hype, a big game of having highly autonomous cars on the road in the early mid-2020s. But on the joint project, it became clear that timeline would not be a foreseen future ahead. The reality is that nobody meaningless or automators is doing the impossible, and Aurora wasn't any particular special either. Aurora's most recent funding round of $530 million in February led to the Sequential Capital and Amazon valued the company at more than $2.5 billion. Time will tell, but drive less drivers I do see will happen. Of course, that might be uncertain. What are your thoughts? Leave comments. I love to read them and your opinions. Next up is Ford Motor Company Research Center in Tel Aviv. Ford Research Center is to open in Israel, the heart of Tel Aviv technology. Ford's new research center will focus on identifying technology partners for the company in collaborative sensors, in vehicle monitoring, and cyber security. The center will also support Ford's automotive and mobility businesses by identifying technology and startup companies in the field. Ford Motor Company will play a significant role as Ford pursues its vision to become the world's most trusted company, design smart vehicles for a smarter world. The center will also include vehicle lab support to proof of concept efforts and AI work. Ford has been working closely with local companies and partners in Israel tech communities for many years. Ford has been pushing its research and engineering efforts forward. Ford's research center is in Israel and is located in the new Aurora 360 building in Tel Aviv. Many others include Germany and China companies as well. As I'm always into new technology and to make things greater and easier for our lives, I hope one day Ford can lead us to a better way of how we make our lives less stressful on the road and off the road, and even in our homes. for a safer place. Safety is my number one goal. With a family myself, I am very serious about each family's lives. Next up is Dominion Energy wins an Atlantic coastal pipeline. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but I'm going to hopefully let you know on this article. Dominion Energy expects to be and wins one of the legalist challenges in its Atlantic coastal pipeline faces within the next 4 to 6 weeks, and to be able to resume construction on a pipeline portion of the 600-mile route, which you see here all in red. Dominion Energy Gas Infrastructure Group believes the U.S. Supreme Court will agree to hear the second legal challenge, a permit to cross the Appalachian Mountains, the Appalachian Mountain Trails. Dominion holds a current timeline to begin service in late 2020 and a full service in early 2021. A $7.5 billion project that has been with delays with cost increases, largely because of opposition from the environmental groups that has resulted in legal challenges. The Atlantic Coastal Pipeline is among several northeastern gas infrastructure projects designed to boost the capacity from the Appalachian Mountain Basin and have been delaying or stalling because of regulation and legal hurdles. A spokesman said, "It's not about Duke, Dominion, or Southern. This is about the industry. It's about all of us." The gas project linked Enbridge and Aurora gas transmissions. This 600-mile project is a joint venture of Dominion, Duke Energy, Southern Company. Dominion will be operating the pipeline. This project is designed to move gas production from points in West Virginia to pipeline connection in West Virginia and North Carolina. The Fourth Circuit has become a very difficult venture for Dominion. 35 miles of the pipeline are on the ground in West Virginia and Northwest Carolina. If more delays occur, Dominion is worried some of the partners may end up or abandon the Atlantic Coastal Pipeline if it delays further of the cost rises further. To address a point, Dominion is still not finished with the Cover Point natural gas export terminal in Maryland, which I will show here in this video when we're done here, which began shipping cargoes in March of 2018. A spokesman said the Cove Point would never get done, and Dominion said it would. So I'm going to roll some of this video here so you can see it.
Dominion Cove Point is located on the Chesapeake Bay in Lusby in southern Maryland, south of Washington, D.C. It is one of the nation's largest liquefied natural gas import facilities, receiving shipments of natural gas in specially designed transport ships from around the world at a pier located 1 mile out into the Chesapeake Bay. The processing facility at Cove Point occupies only about 10% of the 1,000-acre-plus plant site. The majority of the property is kept in a natural state.
And I hope you enjoyed that video and our show for today. And thank you very much for coming by today and enjoying Quantum Financial Show. I hope you enjoyed the show today. I hope it's of interest to you. Please leave a comment below. Your appreciation to the portfolio is welcome. Don't forget to subscribe to my show. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below and click on the bell and turn on the notification. I love comments and feedback. It means the world to me. I want to mention the stocks and funds today I'm long on. Fund symbol VIMAX, Vanguard Midcap Index Fund. Symbol MCD, McDonald's. Symbol AZN, AstraZeneca. Symbol Southern Company. Symbol SBUX, Starbucks. And LK Luckin Coffee. I own these in my stock portfolio. You are invited to join the community today, as simple as subscribing, clicking the notification bell. It alerts all new shows. Join the discussion. I'm so blessed with your support. I am amazed, and I will see you in the next show.